Okay, guys, what are we gonna do now? There's something we have to do, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I know what we're doing. We're gonna do a Twitter review. What's up, YouTube? It's Archon, aka 5th Rate Duelist, and I'm here to respond to a Twitter thread that, again, might be getting me in trouble. I wonder why I keep doing this to myself. I don't know. Before we get into it, please hit the subscribe button. Please, I'm trying to make it to 6K subs. Trying to grow my channel, things like that. If you like what I do, or if you don't like what I do, I don't care. Just sub, okay? Or else. So sub. Second of all, catch me on Twitch. Monday 6 p.m, Tuesday 6 p.m, Saturday 2 p.m, PST, every week. I'm doing my podcast every week, every Monday. A new podcast episode is going to come out, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So, let's get into it. Basically, I lost to Dynamorphia, and I had all the outs to win. But the thing is, I didn't know what the hell cards they did, they had, and what their cards did. So I lost, and I'm pissed. So I'm like, what decks only win because no one knows how they work, and I'll start Dynamorphia. So let's see what everyone else said. So Ice Jade if they don't read the field spell. Yes, I know exactly this. I have lost to Ice Jade because of that freaking field spell. But if you read it and you know what it does, you beat Ice Jade 100% of the time. Purely, still don't know what they do or if they're dogs or cats or Eevees. You know what? Yata, you're fired. Vanquish Soul. Yes, Vanquish Soul is such a bad deck. This deck is so garbage, okay? It's like a draw and a Book of Moon. And maybe a special summon. And maybe if you happen to have 3 cards with the right attributes, they can pop something. Vanquish Soul is such a garbage deck, and the only reason that people lose to it is because they don't know what the hell it does. Rika Sun Avalon. Okay, so this one, Rika is a very strong deck, and I will say that if you are skilled with the deck, you have a lot of advantages, but no one knows when the hell to interrupt this deck.
1 week later.
The winner of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game European World Championship Qualifier, it's Jessica Robinson!
I see what's up with that. Crawlers, please negate and destroy my man-eater bug. It's a good idea. I'm threatening your Barone. Oh my god. Yeah, I've definitely played against crawlers, and I made the mistake of attacking into them. It just feels bad. Crystal Beast, sure, destroy my Sapphire Pegasus. Into the spell trap it goes. What's that? Your card gets bounced. I special summon another Crystal Beast from my deck, and I get a bounce a second thing? Crazy. I did lose to Crystal Beast, but in my defense, Jesse Cotton was playing it, and I'm still traumatized from that. As an @Igniture player, I still don't know many games because my opponent interacts with me at the complete wrong time, usually trying to interrupt the mathematic line, and then I just make uptick assets or arrival for free. Folks, Ash Infant and the @Igniture player loses. Yeah, people don't know that the field spell is not once per turn. It's once per attribute, and they have a bunch of different attributes. And I think @Igniture, I think it got 2nd place at the remote to YCS, and it's just because no one has an out arrival because no one is expecting it. Violence, no idea what Violence is. I'd probably lose to it. Any Pendulum deck, that's not the usual good stuff. I met Soulful Cord and Abyss Actors today and understood none of those cards. I was talking to Polly Aronson, and he was in the old days, if you played a new deck, you could figure out what the cards do. But when you're playing this rogue deck where you don't know what it does, and don't have enough experience it, if you interrupt at the wrong time, they just win solely from ignorance. That's crazy. Ritual Beast. Yes, I played against Ritual Beast at locals. And I didn't realize it was a 10-year-old deck or something like that. And I was just what on earth is going on? I'm pretty sure I just rage quit. Because I was just what is happening right now? Feels bad, man. Warrock. They might Raigeki my Fortune, causing it to upgrade itself, or attack a big boosted guy and a meteor again. Only have its effects names and when to boost it by 800, and they lose their boss by their own actions. A lot scoop after that. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone losing to Warrock, but good for them. Rickus and Avalon, and Rescue Ace. Oh my god, Rescue Ace is such a garbage deck, but it has one good effect where it sets 4, like, spell traps or something like that. And so, like, if you interrupt it once, it just loses, but if you let that resolve, now you have to go against a bunch of cards. Rescue Ace gets new support in the next core set, Zona and Sparklers. Yeah, I heard about that, but for now, I can trash talk Rescue Ace as much as I want. DDD. I activate. What do you mean no? I XYZ. I can't what? I destroyed Gilgamesh. Free spell trap negate. You can negate my special summons how often? Once per nothing? Yeah, DDD is crazy. When I'm watching someone play DDD, I have no idea what's happening. They're just constantly summoning monsters and just doing things, and there's so many monsters with so many different effects that I'm just like, I hope I can figure this out. I've won games with Meta Phys because my opponent used Maxi during main phase instead of their standby phase. If it's Maxi, I'm not interested. I've won a lot of duels because people don't realize Chaos Ancient Gear Giant is unaffected by spell or traps. So much wasted Mirror Force. Who on earth is playing Mirror Force right now, though? It breaks my heart to admit this, but Plunder Patrol. I think Plunder Patrol is a good example of if you don't know what it does. Like, if you just, like, stop their field spell, I think if you ask their field spell, they just kind of don't do very much. But I'm not sure. But I do think Plunder Patrol is a good deck. Noble Knights. Multiple people have told me they don't want to read my cards. Noble Knights has so many cards. That combo goes on forever. It's very hard to keep up. Sprite. I still don't know how it works. I think that's a you problem. Goaty. I know that Hardlick plays Goaty. Hardlick, if you see this, please let me know if you think Goaty is a deck that only wins because people don't know what it does. Ancient Warriors. Oh my god, I did play against Ancient Warriors in Denver, and I almost lost because I was so confused reading all of their cards. Dogmatica. Remember when Dogmatica was meta? That was good times. Megalith. Megalith is a great deck, but that's an excellent example. Madolche. Madolche, I think, is a good example. I had a friend who was playing Madolche Kashira. So basically, he would play all the Kashira cards and get hand trapped, and then he'd switch to Madolche and just beat everyone. I feel attacked. I like that. Exo Sister. Exo Sister is another good example of a deck that's not that great, but it won a YCS because no one knows what it does. Ninjas. They disappeared from events, not because of power beat, but because of reading. Oh my god, yeah. Like, the ninjas were, like, really strong. I remember playing against them at a YCS. And it was like so much reading to keep up with all the effects, and there's always hidden effects that you aren't aware of, and it's just like, ninjas. Dragon Maid? Dragon Maid's a really good example. Heroes? Okay, I've lost to Heroes. I'll say that Heroes can be good, but when I lost to Heroes, it was because I didn't know, like I didn't know when to Ash. Like, you're supposed to Ash the Vion, effect to add Poly. I didn't know that they had an elemental hero, Sunrise. Not Sunrise. It was like some monster that could attack 3 times, and he just killed me. And I had Kishir Unicorn, so I could have banished that, and then he wouldn't have been able to kill me. But, like, he shows me this extra deck of all these monsters, and I don't feel like reading them all. So I just banished the one that, like, when it leaves a field, it destroys your monsters. And if I had banished that one, then I wouldn't have lost. Dinos. Oh, remember whenever people don't read Misk?
Have you read Misk?
Melfi. Yeah, I almost lost. I drew with Melfi. But game 1, they just kept summoning this chinchilla. I don't know what it's called. It's a chinchilla. I was popping my monsters just over and over again. And I was just like, what is happening? This is a wild take considering Dynamorphia is insane in top YCS Philly. Because no one knew what it does! At YCS Mexico, I was playing Kashira, and like I was like one of the few, like a handful of people playing Kashira at that event, and like yeah, people didn't know when to interrupt me, and I was just cruising. I was beating everyone. It was such good times, but I think that's also why, like, if there's an event, I try to find a deck that's like good, but people aren't familiar with it, so you get the edge type of a thing. So, yeah. But the downside is if you play a deck like that, you end up going to time because your opponent's reading all your cards, or, you know, if they don't realize something, then they stop and they start reading everything, and so it's just, you know, ridiculous. So yeah. Catch me on Twitch. Sub, like, follow, subscribe, etc. Thank you. Bye-bye. Alright, we did it. We made a video.